This is Perspectives, the show where an examination of our many differences often shows us how much we really have in common. I'm Condace Pressley. Today, a little bit of a focus on entertainment and a little bit of focus on its impact on the economy here in the state of Georgia, particularly in Metro Atlanta. As you know, folks like to say, and indeed it does seem to be true, that Atlanta has genuinely become Hollywood South. Not a day goes by where we don't see notes of this film is shooting here, this red carpet is happening here. Films are big business in our state. And Friday night here in Atlanta, there was yet another red carpet premiere. The film is called Returned. The director and co-writer of the film is Lamont Gant. He is here in our studio, and we want to say hello. Welcome. Congratulations on birthing this baby, as they say.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about the film Return. Give us a sort of story synopsis. We'll share some clips from the film for our audience shortly.
Okay. The film is about a young man who's losing his battle with cancer. He finds himself on a plane to New York to get additional treatment, and his plane is abducted. It disappears. 12 years later, he wakes up in the hospital, no memory of what happened to him. And he sees someone he recognizes, and he kind of looks to them as someone he can go to figure out what happened to him. You know, do they know any information about what happened? And the FBI is watching him, and then when he meets this mysterious beauty, the FBI is watching her, and craziness starts to happen. There's a little bit of attraction in there.
So a little romance, a little thriller.
Yeah, a little action. Things are a little crazy, but he realizes that the answers he's looking for, they may lie beyond this world.
Aha.
Yeah.
So give us some of the deets, as we say, the details on the film, the shoot, the actors you have in it. Just paint a picture for us.
Okay. This film took about a year to shoot. We shot mainly on the weekends because of the actors' schedule, everyone's work, and that sort of deal. I wrote the film with author Marla Makowski and Victoria Marie Brock. And what else can I tell you about it? It stars Blue Kimball, Diane Kirby, Teresa Sullivan, Aaron Harris, and Lee Thomas Lee. And they're all local actors. Blue Kimball's been doing some things. Being Mary Jane, he was on there. The Strain, he's
a working actor.
Yeah, he's a working
That's why you had to
actor.
work around his schedule.
Yeah. We had to stop for a little while, for like 2 months actually. Shot another film in between that. But some of the actors I worked with before, and they've been on network TV, that sort of thing. So yeah. Tell
me about your passion for film and the arts. What were you first, a filmmaker or a writer?
It's interesting because I have an artistic background. I'm one of them guys who knows how to do a lot of different things very well. Like I draw, I produce music. I've done that professionally here in Atlanta. I can do a lot of technical things. I do a lot of my own production, a lot of my own effects, that sort of thing. So it allowed me to really make films well. I found out kind of when I got introduced to the book industry, started doing book trailers. The book trailers started getting a little expensive because I wanted to do more and more and more. And it kind of turned into a movie. So I did a movie just to see if I could do it. And
what was that? The one you did just to see if you could do it?
It was called Use of Temporary Happiness.
Yes.
And I did that film. I took it to a producer from New York. She came down to do a reality show. And Emmeline Stewart showed it to her. She loved it. And before I knew it, it was in New York in October Music and Film Festival. And it did pretty well up there. The response was awesome. So had to jump back in the lab and do another film. And that film was No Time for Love. And No Time for Love made it to CBS, ABC, Fox. It showed all over the U.S. for like 3 months. Once again, Emmeline Stewart. So big shout out to Emmeline for showing that support to us.
Do you find it's easier now to get in front of people like Ms. Stewart, make that pitch, and get a thumbs up?
Yeah, it is a lot easier because everyone's looking for that next, Tyler Perry or Will Packer. Everyone's looking for that something.
But you want to be the first Lamont Gant. I mean, you are.
I want to be the first Lamont Gant, absolutely. But I am following in their footsteps to get where I need to be.
What kind of influence have those gentlemen had on you?
Tyler had influence on me as far as writing is concerned because he writes a great story, beginning, middle, and end. Great story. So that's one of my focuses when I make my movies is the story and the characters and the development. Will Packer, he's big time. His passion,
yes.
his hunger when he produces, he does such a great job at it. I got that from him. My drive is from just Will Packer, how he just jumped in and just did it and made it happen. You know, showing his movie, going up the coast, that sort of thing. That was my drive a lot from Will Packer.
Does technology make it easier to get your content, your stories out there, get it seen by people who may be able to help with distribution?
Distribution is, for me, has been one of the most difficult things. It's not easy to get distribution. There's so many people involved in it and so many middlemen sort of deal. So you almost don't know what type of deal you're getting. You're just getting it from the person in front of you, but you don't know what the real deal is. And that's, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but it's at my door. I have been getting names and emails, so it's right there. So I'm preparing myself for it.
So to be someone, Lamont, who has this great talent, you can write, you can shoot, you can edit, you can direct.
Yes.
And the writing is the first that comes to you perhaps most naturally. Tell me about what you enjoy in directing.
In directing?
Yeah.
I like when you say action and the scene's going, and as soon as you say cut, the whole room looks at you. That
yes, because they want to know if you want them to do it again.
well, I feel like they're doing it for me. You know, they're putting in that work and then they're committing into it in those characters for me, and that's a good feeling. It's like they trust me.
Have you ever tried your hand at acting, getting on the other side of the camera?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
No,
that was a very definitive statement.
No, I don't think I'm going to do that.
You don't think you're going to do that? Why?
Nah.
Tis better to give direction. Is that what you say? Create.
Well, better to give direction. Well, no. Well, to be honest with you, I never tried it before.
Okay.
I really never tried it. Coming from music production, I think singing is a lot like acting, and producing a song. You know, you kind of try to inspire the artist to feel certain moods and stuff like that. So it translated real well. So I might be good at it. I just never tried it.
So, Lamont, a lot of people around town will say, I'm a producer or I'm a music producer. You have been a music producer. You are a music producer. But I bet 9 times out of 10, a majority of the population has absolutely no idea what a music producer does. Enlighten us.
A music producer does a lot of things, actually. But for me, what I did was I produced the track. I had studio, keyboards, that sort of thing. So I produced the track, found some talented people.
That means putting all of the elements together, from all the music to the beats to all of the elements in the song.
I play piano. Like I said, I'm a technical guy, so I'm really into the modules and that sort of thing, the drum machines. And I produced the music, got talented people come over. We would write the songs together, and we would record it. And it's cool because being a producer and having the knowledge of how to record sound and edit sound is what helped me make my movies, because I use that skill to make my audio great on my film. So my audio is better than the average.
I always like to ask folks about their families and their parents and the encouragement growing up to pursue your dreams, to pursue your passion.
Yeah.
Is that your experience?
Growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom was an artist. She was a painter. She used to paint in the dining room. And, oil paints and that sort of thing. Don't touch my painting. Let it dry for like 4 days. That sort of deal. But grew up in a very artistic family. So we would go see a movie and then come home, and me and my brother would sit around the table and draw Godzilla or whatever the movie was, and, who had the best drawing, that sort of thing. But I've always been around movies, but I never realized that I would do it. Never thought I would do it.
Really?
Never. It was always there, but I just didn't listen.
So what was the tipping point that pushed you in the direction of, yes, I have these skills. I'm pretty good at it, I think. I can do this.
When I was doing the book trailers, and it just kept growing and growing. And
explain for our audience what a book trailer is.
A book trailer is similar to a movie trailer, except it's not as expensive. But I started out doing like images, sliding images, that sort of thing. And then I started to
glorified PowerPoints?
Yeah, exactly. And then I started to incorporate actors into that. And then I stopped using the the videos from online and started shooting it myself. And it kind of evolved into film. But the book trailer, at the end of the book trailer, you show the book, the author, that sort of deal, with some music to it. That's pretty much a book trailer. A few seconds long in most cases.
And now you're doing feature-length films.
Now I'm doing feature-length films, yeah.
So take us back to the table read. Once you locked the script, you hired the actors, you got everybody together to do the shooting on weekends, but of course you had to have a table read. Take us back and tell us what that was like.
The table reads were cool. The interesting thing about the table read is we're all there to figure out who these characters are. So you spend a lot of time trying to figure out how far can we go with these characters. Who is this character? How do they think? So the table reads are a lot like that. You're just defining who your character is, and they're a lot of fun too. Especially if you've done it with someone before.
So as the writer, and you've imagined and you've created these characters and you've put them into these situations and you are telling this story.
Yes.
Actors always say, and they always give credit to the writers because it is what's on the written page that brings the character to life.
Absolutely.
My question is, how much give and take is there between you and the actors in that creative process to give the actor more of the backstory to help them hone in on who this character is in your film, Returned?
With this one, what we did was Victoria Marie Brock. I brought her into the project because she knows how to give characters layers. She gives them she makes them interesting, these characters. And we would take that character list and we would give it to the actor, and we would kind of go over what this character does, what his personality is like, what their mannerisms are like, and some of that stuff. If they're uncomfortable with it, they'll let me know. I don't like this. I don't think I could bring this part of this character to life. And then we'll make a decision then if, how we can change that and tweak it a little bit. But we're flexible, Marlon Mikowski and myself, when it comes to introducing a character to an actor. We're pretty flexible with it. We don't just kind of, I think it'll change as we get more successful, but right now it's very flexible. So if they want to change something, we're open to it. We're there to make the character better, so we're open to it.
So once you get everything captured on film and you go into the editing process,
yeah,
walk us through your process for that. How did that work for you on this particular film?
The editing process. What I would usually do is we would do a scene. I'd get all the footage together, go home, throw it in After Effects. I'll color it, edit it, frame it, and then add sound to it through Pro Tools, a program called Pro Tools. And it's a tedious process because no one ever comes and visits me when I do it. I'm there by myself all the time.
I sense you perhaps want to be there by yourself while you're doing it. It's tedious and you're concentrating. And you mean all these videos that you see people shooting, on their iPhones and their Samsungs and posting up on YouTube, way amateur to the kind of stuff you're talking about, right?
Yeah, way amateur to the type of stuff I do. But it's nice to have that additional input in the studio if you're there editing, and it's nice to have it. But I do enjoy that process. Yeah, just being in it by myself.
So now, how long does that take? I mean, is it where you close yourself off all day long for a week, 2 weeks, or is it a little bit at a time? Or because ultimately, I gotta imagine in your head you can see what the finished product and the project looks like.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of making sure that you've captured all those elements, correct?
Yeah. My process is, especially working with actors that I may not be paying and you want to keep them involved and inspired in the whole thing, is once we shoot a scene for a particular weekend, I'll take that footage and I'll edit it during the week. And by the time we shoot again, that scene is done. And I'll show it to the actors. And when they look at it, they're like, wow, okay, maybe I should tweak my character like this. Maybe I should try this. But it kept them engaged in the process by showing them what they did previously. It works great. I know directors who, they would get actors to come on, they would shoot for a month and not show the actors anything. And then wonder why they start dropping off, during the project, because they haven't seen anything. They're not inspired. They don't know where the character's going. They got to see it. So my thing is edit during the week. When we get together again for the next shoot, I'll show them what they did previously, and then we'll move on to what we're shooting that day. And it works great.
Do you have to go back and they ask, can I redo that if you didn't get it in the take initially, or has that scene already been set and you've really got to lock it and the actor just has to build on that coaching and that feedback from the previous performance to move into the next scene?
Sometimes that's the case. They have to build on it to move to the next scene. If it's something that I can do, it's feasible, I'll go and we'll reshoot. We have gone back and reshot scenes before, but
filmmaking is expensive, isn't it?
It can be expensive, yes. This one in particular was expensive because of the CGI, all of the VFX involved in it.
Now explain for everybody what CGI is. Some folks may not know.
CGI is when...
That's green screen, right?
Green screen. For example, we did an airport scene, and I tried to get in Hartsfield, and it was very expensive getting in Hartsfield. So I tried for a few months to find airports, but it just didn't work out for whatever reason. So we ended up doing the green screen effect. So I had the actors come in, set up some chairs, and they would interact on the green screen, and then later on I would take out the green screen and put in my airport. And I'll put in the people, and I'll put in the chairs and all that.
You mean the extras and everything?
Yeah, I put all that in there.
How do you do that?
You can get footage of actors walking in green screen, that sort of thing, and you can put them wherever you want to put them. And it's
so do they get IMDb credit for that if they're in that sort of footage and then it ends up in your finished film?
No, not that type of credit. No.
But they still end up, the individual who's in the green screen available footage, though, if they end up in your film, they can certainly put that on their roll, right?
It's stock footage, so it's kind of like those actors are paid.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much. So it's like once they do it, it's like
it's done.
It's done. Yeah, it's not like what's your name, you get credit for it, sort of deal. No, but yeah, we built an airport from scratch.
And then you just made it magic. You did the magic in the computer.
Yeah.
I would think computers and technology make filmmaking at a higher level a bit easier.
Yeah,
if you can use the tools effectively.
Right. It's interesting because a lot of the effects that they use in film today, they're available to independent filmmakers. Yeah, they're available. The same stuff, After Effects, big companies use that to make their films. I can do an effect that looks just like something in a Marvel film. I mean, really, I can do that.
Give me an example.
In this film here, I can't do that.
Oh,
that's a spoiler
no
there.
spoilers, no spoilers.
Yeah, that's a spoiler. But I use a lot of effects similar to what they use in Marvel films in this film, and it turned out awesome.
So we opened on October 9th. The film is returned. What do you want filmgoers to take away from the story you tell in this movie, Lamont?
I want folks to just be open to just imagination and the possibilities. You know what I mean? Because it's about this guy's journey to discover himself. So it's just a lot of fun. You know, just come in and have a lot of fun, and then visually, hopefully, they'll come away like, wow, I can't believe you guys did that on an independent level.
All right. What are you working on next? What's a little taste of the idea that's germinating in your brain? I know you got something working.
I got something.
You got a lot of things working, don't you?
Well, you know, being in this industry, I come across a lot of filmmakers, specifically female filmmakers. And I didn't realize how difficult it is for a female filmmaker to make a project. I mean, some of the stuff they deal with is just unbelievable. And it just kept coming at me. Every time I met a filmmaker in different cities, I know one from Texas, she was telling me about some of the stuff she dealt with, editors not giving her footage after they shoot it. You know, nickel and diming constantly. So something hit me, and it's like, wow, I have to do a film about that, you know. So a film about that's coming. And I have another one, but I can't tell you what it is.
You ain't going to tell me about that one?
No,
You're not going to tell me about that one, Lamont?
No, surprise. But if you come on premiere night, you'll see what it is, though.
Okay. All right. The film is returned. The co-writer and director, Lamont Gant. Appreciate you. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you.
My flight disappeared without a trace. I mean, there was no debris, no black box, no nothing.
So what's the truth?
I think my plane was abducted.
My character's name is Agent Jordan Smith. She works for the FBI. She's pretty no nonsense. And even though she's a small package, she's a big character, so you don't want to cross her.
Hey, this is Blue Kimball, and I am playing Benjamin Latham.
I didn't see anything. Remember, I was getting knocked unconscious, remember? After that, everything went fuzzy, so I don't remember much.
You know, this was a film a little different than some of the things I've done before, so I was really looking forward to it, you know, once I got the script. And I've worked with Diane Kirby before. She's amazing. And her character in this film, I'm sure it's something like she's never had to portray before either. And that's, you know, as actors, we look forward to stuff like that, to be able to take scripts, take words, take ideas, and bring them to life. And I'm just excited for everyone to get a chance and opportunity to see this film.
My name is Diane Kirby and I play Anissa Rogers in the upcoming sci-fi film Return.
I'm 26 years old. When that flight took off, I was 14.
Playing 3 characters was fun. I think they're all really pretty much a part of me, except for the one that's out of this world. Yeah, no, she's still kind of me too. So, it's been really fun, new experience. Haven't worked on green screen before. It was really interesting to see the whole process. This has been a true blessing. Really glad to be on board, very honored to be here. Especially just kind of working with all the talent that you have, period. And what a great story.
Lawrence Monroe is an FBI agent. He's been in the field for many of years, and he kind of, you know, specializes on mysterious cases, you know, that are hard to figure out, him and his partner. And he's a family man, you know, and loves his family, but he works a whole lot.
Now, according to his phone records, the first phone call he made was to Channel 5 News. And the next thing you know, we see them together. Fact. The spidey senses are on to something. Talk to me.
Maximilian Fisher, he's a badass, first of all. Okay, he takes no crap from anybody, anything. He's the best person at the job. He is the best person for the job. Okay.
Did I hurt your feelings? Huh? I'm sorry. Thought I had a job to do. My bad. You just go ahead and let me know when you'd like to get started.
Teresa and I, we have a love-hate relationship. We have to work together, but I'm the muscle and she's the brains. So we have to come at 2 different angles, and it's always a battle when superiority is there, but we find a way to come together when we're actually in the heat of it. But the planning, oh no, we're on 2 different ends of the spectrum.
Think about it, who's really gonna believe your story? You sound crazy.
No, it's a story.
Yeah, it's a story now.
No,
Yeah, you've been abducted
so
by
you won't
aliens.
admit it. You still won't
Somebody
admit it.
was on this plane 12
showing
years.
you proof, and you still won't admit that you were there. Why don't you tell me what happened? What did you do to me? Where you going? Like I said, it's so much. You know, action, love, drama, aliens. So,
I don't know
you know, how it's a little bit of everything for everybody. Like I said, how can you not like it? Return.
You're gonna have to cut a lot of that.
Yeah.